Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Kim. Today I wanted to show you how I made my soft journal covers with just an Amazon envelope. This one I've already cut down, but what you want to do is just measure out how big you're going to want your journal to be. For me, I always use the 8.5 by 11 size and then fold it. Usually, sometimes I'll make the long ones, but usually this is how I do. But you'll want to cut it down, and I wish I hadn't cut this one down, but I'm about almost out of these. Probably, I guess that means I need to order some more Amazon stuff to get some more envelopes. No, but seriously, I just cut it down where it's just a little bit over, because if I do have, if I want it plain, it won't be hanging over, it just be a little bit. But if I do want to add trims, I like my trims to show anyway, so it can be hanging out some. It's just whatever you prefer. And then you still have just a little bit, maybe what, a ½ inch on each side. Okay, so put that up. What I do is just tear the envelope open. It's pretty easy. You can just do that with your hands. And then I flip, oh, I'm sorry, I bumped the camera. I flip this over, so when I put my material on it, you won't be able to see the black markings. And I usually just leave this because it'll be covered up. You won't be able to really tell. You can cut it off if you'd like to. Then what I do is get some, and I use this on all of my journals right now because that's what I have. And that's what I'm just using. But I just usually just cut some strips out, so I'm pretty big, so I know. But see, that's too big. We can cut that down, and even cut it some here. But what I do is I like to put this seam in the middle and just overlapping just a little bit, because you'll have it glued down, and by the time you put sew your signature in, it's all gonna stay. So I'm gonna cut some off, and I just snip it there and then just rip it. Get all that string, and then you have that excess, and you can do something else with it if you'd like. And let's see, get all these little strings off. They bother me. Okay, and then you still have a good bit, so that's fine. And you want to make sure that just kind of overlaps, that when you are sewing in the middle of your signature, like putting the needle up through your signature, it'll grab both pieces, but it's going to be glued anyway. And then I can tell that I have just a little bit too much. I don't need that much. If you're not going, even if you do sew, I usually sew around mine, but even if you don't, you can always cut straight, which I'm not real good at, or you can use your pinking shears. We'll use the pinking shears on this. So I just want just a little bit. So I'm going to cut some of this off. I hope I'm in frame where you can see me. Yeah, I think maybe right. You know, it's better to do too little than too much, because you can always go back and take off some. Okay, so I'll rip that off. Like I said, I'm going to get these strings off because they bother me a little bit. I don't mind a few, but just having too many. Okay, so we'll lay this back out and see where we're at. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put that in the middle. Let's see. I want that up, that string. Okay, let's measure that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And see, by the time you can get this even more. See where that's at? I want it just a little bit more. Closer to this piece to the middle. As you folding it and your signatures lay in, you won't be able to see that as much. See how that seam is? And by the time you put in 1 or 2 signatures, you won't be able to see that. Okay, so then we're going to start gluing. I think right now I'm going to start on this side. That way I can flip it over and do that side and then this side. So that's what I'm going to do. And I use Fabri-Tac. I'm sure there's all kinds of other good glues out there. That's just what I use. So if I can get this going. And just kind of do thin. Because you're not going to want... And I'm going to use my finger to spread this out also. If you don't like getting yuck on your finger, which I don't mind, and get it close to the edges. Now, if you're going to sew, do not get it close to the edges because you don't want all that glue clogging up stuff. And if you do, make sure it's really dry if you're going to sew. And just spread this all out. You'll have stuff on top of it, so you don't have to have it. You just don't want it gooped up to where it's showing through the fabric, and it's still made just a little bit. So then we will put this on here. And I still can get some scissors right through here to snip off, so that's good. And then I'm just going to lay this down. And see how it didn't spread out, and it's got a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it has a little bit of, let me move this so it don't bang. And then what I'm going to do is do it this way. And do one little side at a time. I'll flip it over this way. And this looks pretty close to the edge, so I think it'll be okay. We probably should have moved it up just a little bit, but let me see. I'll still be able to get my trimmers through there and have an edge on it, so that's fine. See how it's a little bit? I don't think I want to bring it up, so. And if that doesn't work, I can always sew mine, but just leave it where you can cut it. And if you're cutting it straight, that's fine also. I'm using the wrong glue. Okay, so now I'm going to start just rubbing this, going across here. I'm just going to do half of it right now. Just seems I can work better with just half. Okay, again, I'm going to use my fingers. And this is why you keep baby wipes or hand wipes, whatever you use. I have a washcloth right now that I'm using. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Okay, so then I will take this and get it as tight as I can and as close right here so it can kind of at least be a little even. It does not have to be perfect. And if it is showing a little bit, usually we all like to put stuff on here and decorate up and all that. So it's not going to show, I promise. It will not show. Okay, so then I'm going to do this other side. I'll spread that out. So just get most of the globs out so it's not showing as much. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of smooth that out with your hand. Okay, then I'll this over. See how it's looking. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And you do this side. Hope everyone's had a good week. I'm glad it's the weekend. This week went by pretty fast for me. Pull that taunt again and just spread that out. And then right here, because you're going to have that sewing in there, I'm just going to go around right here at the edges just a little bit. Just use my finger to spread it out just a tad. So you don't want those globs. Okay, let me wipe my hands off. Okay. And then you can let that dry. Usually what I do is go around the edges and sew on all four sides. But since we're not sewing, what I'm going to do is use my pinking shears, and then you can kind of tell where it's at. Just don't go, do not go up past it. And you can use your straight scissors also. And then you may have to go back and add a little bit of glue if you see anything popped up, like right through here. See how that's popped up? You can just run a bead of glue and that'll all stay down, but it still give you this closed kind of edge. Okay, so I'm going to get as close as I can right through here. Like I said, you can do it straight. Just, you know. But I'm not really a good straight cutter, so I'll use the pinking shears. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And then when you close it, it'll look like this. And I put so much trim and stuff on mine that, you know, if it's off a little bit, it's not going to matter. You can always go back and cut it a little straighter. See how this is kind of messed up? I can always go back, like right through here, and just trim down. These little scissors are so forgiving. Trim down just a little bit. So then I'll go back and just glue right through here. And you won't be able to see, and it won't come up. And of course, you can add trims too. And then if you did, you wouldn't have to really do this if you add trims, because you won't be able to really tell. See how that gives that, it's all just shut. Give it just a minute to get that glue down, and that's all you do for that. I'll go and do this side. I hope you guys can see me. I'm always have a problem getting where you can see me. Okay, now I'm just gonna put this down. And that is pretty much your base, is right here. Then you can add whatever you want to. If I'm working with a kit, what I usually do is let me see. This will be my next journal I'm working on. What I do is like cut whatever design I want, and I will glue this onto here, and then this onto here. This is cut in two. It's going to give me two pieces, and then right through here you can put more fabric, a different color fabric or whatever. And then on your front side, you can add lace. Let me get this. Let's see. See, if you add this, you really can't even. That's why I like the light colors. I got a stain on that or something. But see, you really can't tell. And if you add lace, and then you're going to add a picture or whatever, you really cannot tell about it. That's just a base layer. And that's going to give you that soft and that little crunchy. Let's see what white looks on there too. Of course, this is kind of doilies, but see how it just blends in. That's why I like using the light colors, unless you're going to be working with like black lace or whatever. And you can also use this envelope. This is just an envelope, and what I would do is take this off. You could even make this into a pocket if you would like. I usually don't. I like my pockets going in this way. But yeah, you could do this also, and that'll give you an extra cover. I think maybe I would like to do like base covers real quick, because I use, several of them at a time, because I use so many of them. Soft cover, because I like a soft cover journal. That's probably my favorite type. So yeah, we can go ahead and do this one also. I would definitely like to do some see, I have this big piece of fabric that I use. So what I do is just like lay out approximately what I'm going to do. So it's, you see that hangover, I'll just cut it like that, and rip it. I don't know where I got this. I think I got this big piece of fabric at a thrift store for like a few dollars. So I think it would be great for you to make up a bunch of bases. And I'd even like to, I've been wanting to do some minis, but I'm not real sure. I wonder if, hold on a minute, I may even just do this in minis real quick. So usually a mini is going to be like this. So I could cut this in half. So that's what I'm doing. I'm fixing to make some minis. Mini covers out of this. See, I cannot cut straight for nothing. But that'll be great for a little mini. And then I can go back and cut that. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. And for this, let's see. I can do it the same way. Actually, I think I could do it this way. And then maybe, because I'm probably going to do a trim on the bottom. So I think I could do it this way, guys. And what I will do, this is like the end that's put together. So, yeah, this will be good. See, I don't think anything out. I just do. I just go with it. Just go with it. And you could do it like this, but I will definitely, I'm sure, have some kind of trim on the bottom. I usually do. So I could put it like this, and even tuck this under a little bit. I won't even need all of that. You could probably make it... Hey, I wonder if I would have made one bigger. I think maybe I can do it this way and look, make a pocket. But then, if I wanted to put something right here, I guess I could glue it just like this and then maybe slip it. So yeah, I'm going to try that. And this can be my pocket. That is what I'm going to do. So, I'll start with gluing this. Smear that out some. Then I'll bring this like that. And it doesn't really matter if that's showing just a little bit. Okay, and then right here, I'm thinking, do I even need to glue this on like this? Let me see. Yeah, I think it'll be kind of, yeah, let's put a little bit of glue on there to hold that in place. Try to get this kind of taut, but not too taut. Yeah, that'll keep that in place a little bit because we're probably going to cover that up too, so. And then what I'm going to do is just put some glue right here so when I fold it, you'll have that pocket, but I'll still be able to have it a little loose that if I want to, I can put something in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can always go back and add some more glue, because usually I add like a piece of lace or something right through here. Okay, so then I will take my other shears, well, not my other shears, my pinking shears, and just right through here. I'll let that dry a little bit before I get any closer to it, but yeah, I'll try to get that straight. And I can see where it's a little wobbly, wonky right here. So I can go back and trim that. That looks a little bit better. Okay, and then we'll trim this. And then you'll go back like we did the others and just lay you a little bead of glue right through here so it'll all stick together. Just like that. So then we have a little mini booklet ready that you can add whatever you like to. You can go back and trim this up. I can see where that's a little wonky, but I think I'm gonna let it dry first. I'm gonna add your pages or whatever. Let's see, where is, I keep losing that sheet of paper. Yeah, so that'll be nice. See how that'll do? And you could get 2 little signatures in a mini book. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue making this and finish up another one because I did want to make 2 mini journals out of a kit that I've been working with because it just looks like it needs to be 2 mini journals because I love it so much. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope that this taught you guys something or helped you figure out what you needed to do to make the soft journal cover. This is just how I make mine. So anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a good day or night whenever you're watching. And until next time, thank you.